Welcome to Honesty Podcast, episode 4. This is my personal freeform episode. Get ready. What is up, YouTube Nation? It's Honesty Podcast, episode 4. This is a full-length episode, guys. This is not a vlog. Full-length episode. I'm Pat Voss. This is not your average sports show. This is a little bit of a flavor and twist on it with a little bit of hip-hop on the end. Welcome. Guys, I'm 4 episodes deep already. This is great. I've had vlogs for days, 7 days a week. Go check me out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I love it. The views are going up. Everything's working out the way I needed it to here next year because it is December still. In January, I will be launching my Spreadshirt page. So we will be making sure that all the Honesty Podcast with the logo is ready for your hoodies, your sweatshirts, your hats, your flip-flops. Everything for summertime and spring and summer and beyond is ready to go for gifts. I know it'll be a little late. I know I'm not launching by Christmas, so a lot of people will notice it's a little late for Christmas gifts. But if you have any anniversaries, any things coming up, definitely let them know about Honesty Podcast. And again, you can follow me at Honesty Podcast on Twitter, or what I like to do is I'd like you to follow me at Honesty Podcast on Twitter. I'd like you to subscribe and view the videos here. And if you like this to get better, if you like better video quality, if you want better lighting, everything else, definitely go to patreon.com/honestypodcast and donate today. Become a patron today. There are different tiers, so go check out the tiers of donation and see exactly what you can be rewarded with as you give. By the way, this is crowdfunding available for YouTube here, and as everybody knows, I am on disability, so I am asking for any help I can get here and there. I'd love to make an appearance, not this year, or not next year in Anaheim, but probably in the West Coast on 2018's podcast movement. I'd love to make a keynote speaking debut, and I'm definitely going to be working with John Lee Dumas, Pat Flynn, Kate Erickson to do so. I'm also working with the co-founder of Podcast Movement right now to get in there. So that's a few things. Real quick, though, we're 2.5 minutes in. I definitely want to get to the main subjects. I said it's a free-form episode. What I mean by free-form is that I'm going to cover a few subjects here. One, it looks like Conor McGregor will be back maybe as early as next year. I'd love to see Conor back fighting in the UFC again, because I think this stink with Floyd Mayweather is never going to die, but he won't fight him. I don't think he'll fight him, guys. I don't think Conor McGregor will fight him. Labelless Coke. Oops, I mean labelless pop. But I'm telling you, Conor McGregor definitely wants to fight Floyd. He knows it's a good card. He knows he can bring in a lot of money. And he also knows that he could probably knock out Floyd. And like he says, Floyd doesn't want none of him. Well, the thing is, Conor McGregor, in certain circles, is seen as a guy who talks shit a lot. The thing is, he always backs it up. He tried to fight Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos hurt himself right before the fight. Couldn't continue. He had to go against Diaz, who had more pounds on him in a higher division, and then got choked out because he gassed out because he wasn't training his whole camp for Diaz for that kind of weight class. So that's why it looked easier for Diaz. Well, did it look as easy for Diaz the second fight? Hell no. Diaz got knocked down 4 times. So anybody who says Conor's just a shit talker obviously hasn't seen any of his fights. They haven't seen him fight Jose Aldo. They haven't seen him fight Nick Diaz. They haven't seen Nate Diaz. They haven't seen him fight Eddie Alvarez. You need to see these fights and tell me Conor's just a shit talker. By the way, here on YouTube, and I'll try to link it up here maybe. I know my subscribe button is going to be up top. I know my most recent video is going to be on the bottom at the end of the video. But here in future videos, I'll probably link up Conor's best fights. And there's also a video saying Conor, his opponents before and after fighting him, and and once you watch it, I'm sorry, spoiler, after the fights, like before the fights, everybody's talking shit, everybody's saying Conor can't handle himself. After the fights, after they get knocked the fuck out, they're saying, oh, he's such a good fighter, he's a great fighter, he's a good competitor. It's like, wow, man, all that shit talking went out the window. Don't do it if you can't prove it. Like, that's my thing. Don't do it if you can't prove it. Conor McGregor does the shit talking, goes in, knocks people the hell out, and wins titles. That's who he is. People need to really respect that. That's who he is. To me, Conor McGregor is not a polarizing figure because there hasn't been enough to suggest that he's just on a losing streak. He's lost one time in the UFC. Sure, he has a three-loss record in all of MMA, but that was before he got to the UFC. When he was training in his amateur days, he lost twice. When he came here, he lost once. So, there's nothing to suggest that he's a polarizing figure. There's nothing. He talks the talk, he walks the walk, he knocks people out. All right, moving on. The Cubbies. You see this? I got my Arietta jersey on. I've got my Cubs championship hat on. The Cubs are making moves, lightning fast moves this offseason. They're getting ready for March and April of next year. Fowler's gone. Fowler signed with the Cardinals. Too bad. And unfortunately, I think they finished right around about 85 to 90 wins this season, trying to get a new, their new pieces together. Finish about 85, 90 wins. Still very possibly win the NL Central and move on and get a wild card bye and move on to the divisional round. That's okay. Then it's just 3 more rounds and we win another World Series. I'm okay with that. Are you guys okay with that? Because I'm okay with that. You want to fight about it? No, I'm just kidding. Another thing. Ronda Rousey returns December 30th, 2016 to fight Amanda Nunes for the bantamweight women's title. Also, in 2017, Holly Holm will be fighting for the UFC women's featherweight title. I don't agree with it. I mean, a lot of people don't agree with it, and the only reason why I wouldn't, now, if Holly Holm was still the bantamweight champion, or if, and she wanted to give that up so Amanda Nunes could fight Ronda Rousey at 207, and then she could go on and fight for the featherweight title against, let's say, Cyborg, that would make sense. But Holly Holm didn't have one successful title defense. Not one. She got choked out in her first title defense against Cupcake Tate, who just fucking retired. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Here's what's going on. There's nobody else in the bantamweight division other than maybe Amanda Nunes that could actually hold her own right now in multiple fights against Ronda Rousey. Everyone else is below average. And unfortunately, you do find these things happening in the UFC and among some sports. You have a team that is just so good, you can almost immediately expect them to either, let's say it's the NBA for Cleveland or Golden State, you almost expect them now to be in the NBA Finals every year. You almost expect Ronda Rousey to be in every title fight for bantamweight. You almost expect Conor McGregor to be in every title fight in multiple weight classes now. It's just the way it goes. You find a superstar, and people say that he's not a superstar and people are giving him too much of the limelight. No. You gave him a match against Jose Aldo. He knocked him out. You gave him a match against Chad Mendes. He knocked him out. You gave him a match against Max Holloway. He won that. You gave him a match against Eddie Alvarez. He knocked him out. It's like he gave him 2 matches against Diaz. He got choked out one, and he came back and won by decision in the second fight. He comes and steps up to the plate, and I believe he is a superstar at his young age. And by the way, young age of, I believe, 28 years old, same as your host of this show. But anyways, I truly believe there's a few superstar type floaters out there, teams, athletes, those guys are great. They capitalize on their successes, on their strong points. That's awesome. But people shouldn't hate on them for it. You know why they hate on them? And I'll be completely honest with you. The reason why they hate on people like that is because they can't fucking do what they do. They can't figure out, they can't wrap their mind around, this person over here is better than me at what I do. That's it. They're better than me at what I do right now. How do I get better? Instead of saying, how do I get better at what I do? They say, oh, that guy's a trash talker. That guy's a polarizing figure. That guy can't handle this, that, or that, Starlight. Whatever. Conor McGregor will box. Whether it be against Floyd, who's running fucking scared, or whether it's against another chump, he will box. He'll probably win that boxing match, and he'll move back on to UFC to defend his title. That's it. So, guys, go check me out. I'll see you guys later. I've got 3 more below. You'll see above this video, you'll see 3 more videos for vlogs. I had to catch up a little bit. It's Tuesday right now. I'm recording. Had to catch up. I'll see you guys later. Honesty Podcast. Subscribe. Definitely see the latest video. I'll see you later.